Could you maybe tell us a little bit about how you got to know the senator? Because my understanding is you've known him well before he was intending to run for president.
Yes, I met Marco at an event in Florida where President Václav Havel from Czechoslovakia at the time came to speak at the Biltmore, and I just happened to sit at the table with him. And Marco was then, I believe, an assemblyman, well, in Florida they call state representatives, equivalent to an assemblyman here. And so he was a young man, and I think he was running for Speaker of the House of Representatives then, and he spoke at the podium that day, and I was very impressed with his speech, and I congratulated him and thought that gave him my thought that he would one day move up in politics. So that's when I met him. I'm gonna say it was in the early 2000s.
Now, there's probably plenty of reasons why you're supporting Marco Rubio, and I think just about anybody who's been following his career could come up with a few of their own. But one thing that I think makes your story particularly interesting is how you share a heritage. You came over during what is known as Operation Peter Pan in the 1960s. Could you maybe tell our listeners a little bit about that?
Operation Peter Pan began right after the Americans broke relations with Cuba in December of 1960 or thereabouts. So it really ran from all of 61 and up to the missile crisis of October of 1962. And I left Cuba in January of 62. And basically what Operation Peter Pan was a movement of Cuban children, refugees, to be moved to safe town because the Castro at the time had declared that their children from henceforth would belong to the state. And that meant that they could do whatever school they felt you were qualified for, and that taking basically power over you from your parents. And our parents kind of panicked, and then there was a American who had a school in Cuba and had obtained 7 or 8 visa waivers, and he went to Cuba, and they were copied basically, and then through word of mouth and through our connections with Catholic schools and private schools, over 15,000 children were taken out of Cuba. It was the largest migration of children because somebody had to organize it, and so Father Walsh in Miami was given the task to take care of that. So at the beginning, it really didn't have a name. It was just getting kicked out. Not that David Sussstein, the old reporter at the time, was based out of Miami, and he heard about children, trainloads of children coming over, and he went to do a report. And he ended up the report by saying, "Well, these kids are like Peter Pan kids going to Never Land because we really didn't know what the future held for us. We didn't know if we would see our parents again. We didn't know where we were going. We were distributed to orphanages and foster homes and so forth throughout the United States. So we were kind of a limbo children, and that's why the name Peter Pan or Pan came about, because of his reporting. That's how he ended up reporting.
As someone whose family has been here for a few generations, I'm awed by these stories, but it's outside of my personal experience. And this is just my opinion that part of the problem now in American politics, as we look to the domestic front, but also international affairs, there's too few Americans who understand how tenuous freedom is and how many folks have had to sacrifice in order to ensure that they can guarantee it for themselves and their family, as your family did for you. I'm sure that's a major reason why you're supporting Senator Rubio. Do you think that's something that he can inject into this presidential race and communicate to a new generation of Americans, people my age in their 20s and 30s?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we have, as you know, the leadership in Washington have a black hole of Americanism, if you want, you know. They act as if America is not really that important. Matter of fact, maybe it's too powerful, and they're likely to finish its influence and power in the world. And need to change that. We need to get back to where America was and where America, because America is the beacon of freedom in the world. There wasn't, think about, what would the world be like if America didn't exist? Also, the National Source wrote a book about that. And it's very impressive. If you really think about it,
And now you've decided to host a fundraiser for the senator of New Jersey. It's coming up on August 13th. I mentioned a little earlier in our conversation. It's in Colts Neck. You're hosting it at your home with your wife, Marta. I expect that it's going to be well attended. I know I've spoken to some folks in New Jersey politics who are eager to attend and also see who else is there. I know in the past you've supported some other Republican politicians, but you're a pretty independent guy. For this particular cycle, why do you think it's important to get behind Marco Rubio, not just because of his personal story, but also because of some of the other things he believes? You're a businessman. I don't know if I mentioned that yet.
No, I'm supporting Marco for a couple of reasons. Number one, he's a personal friend. I supported him. I've had a fundraiser in my house for him when he was running for Senate. I view Marco with pride as he's my children's age. And I think that, amongst the crowd, and I like a lot of other ones, don't get me wrong, but I think Marco stands out because of, precisely because of his youth and his intellect and his oratory skills, and that's really what it takes today in the age of television and computers and everything else. You practically have to be, qualified for a Hollywood movie to get to be president, I am very excited that he's coming. And, I tell my friends who have doubts about it, because of his youth and so forth, I said, listen, you should come. If nothing else, he will be a politician. And even if he doesn't make it this time, he's going to be a president one day.